All right, Stephanie and Jason, take it away.
Thanks, Amanda. Nice to be with you all today. Thanks for coming to MakeMusic Connect again this year in 2023. And thanks for joining us for this session. What's new at MakeMusic Cloud? It's my pleasure to introduce my colleague, Stephanie Doctor. Stephanie Doctor is Director of Product Management at MakeMusic. She holds a BM in Instrumental Music Education and an MM in Saxophone Performance and Pedagogy. Before joining MakeMusic in 2015, she taught band, orchestra, choir, and general music in public schools in Illinois. Stephanie also has over a decade of private teaching experience. She currently resides in Colorado with her husband and 2 dogs, and when she's not busy working, she enjoys skiing, backpacking, cooking, and gardening.
Thanks so much, Jason. And Jason Wick is the Director of Product Development for MakeMusic, and he has a degree in jazz studies, and he began his career as a performer, composer, arranger, and educator, writing music for video games, led first to a quality assurance role at LucasArts, and evolved into a decade of experience in QA, automation, and engineering. Joining MakeMusic in 2014, his passion is to manage and guide teams to higher performance. Jason lives in Colorado with his wife, 2 children, Fancy the dog, and Bobby the guinea pig. So, thank you so much. So together, Jason and I, we lead, manage product teams throughout the product development process here. So we've worked closely together on all of the technology that you will see in our presentation, as well as many of the applications that you use.
Yeah, thanks, Steph. And for those of you familiar or unfamiliar with MakeMusic Cloud, it's comprised of many components, some of which you see here on the screen. We have a huge music catalog. We have products to help you create music or arrange your music, manage your classroom, practice from any level, or sight read. And it's an ecosystem. And when we talk about MakeMusic Cloud as an ecosystem, it essentially means that all these different offerings, many of them are interrelated and work together. So I might be able to import a piece of music into our Compose application, turn it into an assignment for my class, and then all my students can practice that through our other technologies. And what we're going to dive into today is essentially what are some of the newest things going on with MakeMusic Cloud to make you all aware of. And hopefully we'll have some time at the end to give you a little bit idea of what's coming next as well. So what's new in MakeMusic Cloud? We're going to start over here in the compose or creation side of our business. So what's new in Compose? Compose, for those of you who are unaware, is a web-based notation product. So it means you don't have to install anything onto your computer. You can use it in a web browser from a Chromebook or another computer. It is integrated and part of all of MakeMusic Cloud. So when you get a MakeMusic Cloud subscription or a MakeMusic Cloud free trial, you're getting Compose. And actually, Compose is a free-to-use product in the offering. As I said, it's integrated. All of these parts are interrelated, and Compose is integrated into MakeMusic Cloud. You can create your own music or exercises within the tool. You can import or upload music XML that you've created elsewhere into the tool. And from there, you can do all kinds of things with it. You can assign it. You can share it to others. It's a powerful tool in that way. And since we last met here at MakeMusic Connect, there have been about 100 new features and bug fixes in this product. So if you've used it previously and not tried it for a while, I'd encourage you to go check out Compose and see what's new. Our other creation tool that many of you are familiar with, I'm sure, is Finale. And the current version of Finale is version 27.3. The biggest addition in that specific free update for owners of version 27 is what's called the JW plugins. A little while ago, we licensed the plugins who were created by a man named Yari Williamson, hence JW, and they are 8 plugins that we have integrated into Finale that can really help you with your workflow and save a lot of time when you're preparing your musical scores. We have several blogs out on the topic, as well as tutorials if you need some help in learning how to use those. But as far as the latest version of Finale, that's really the highlight. All the other things that we've been developing in version 27 on the whole for Finale are all in there. We have high resolution support for those of you using Windows operating system. We have a sharing mechanism where you can create music in Finale and share it directly with others if you have their email addresses. We have support for the standard music font layout, also known as Smoofle, which is very powerful, and I won't go into a lot of it today, but one of the highlights is in a single font, you have almost 10 times as many musical characters as you used to have, like I said, in a single font when you're developing your scores. And of course, many bug fixes along the way. Last fall, we permanently updated the price of Finale. Retail is $299. If you're buying it in an academic setting, as I would suspect many of you are, or you're upgrading from a previous version or trading up from a child version, print music and the like, it's only $99. And we have another promotion coming up here this summer that starts in a few days. For those of you who are on this session, you get a little advanced opportunity to get an additional discount on Finale if you visit the Finale store, store.makemusic.com. You can use that promo code right up on the screen, summer 23, and check out the latest version of Finale.
So what's new in the classroom? So we've been putting a huge emphasis on streamlining the teaching experience for MakeMusic Cloud. In addition, we've also been improving accessibility through best design practices. So I'd like to take you through some of the improvements we've made with our teaching tools. The first big one is LMS integration. So before we had LMS integration, you would have to use a class code, copy, share with your students, then they would have to manually input this class code. It was a very long, drawn-out process, and then they would also have to manually create their accounts and passwords. And as many of you may be familiar, a lot of people forget their passwords, and the management was very difficult. So a lot of teachers were asking us for this LMS integration, and primarily with Google Classroom, Schoology, and Canvas. So happy to announce that we have that. So with Google Classroom, Canvas, and Schoology, we have single sign-on and also rostering, which basically allows you to set up a class and import all of your students from the LMS with just a few clicks. It makes it so easy, so streamlined. And then you can also, from our admin portal, view the enrollment status of each student that was invited. So I'd just like to show this demo for you. Next up, we have video assignments that we have released. So what this allows you to do is that students can now record video along with their assignment, and they can also still get the assessment that we have. Some different ways that you can leverage this. You can add a rubric item for posture or hand position that can be assessed with the video assignment. You can check now for appropriate alternate fingering usage. If you're teaching marching band, this tool is also a great way to individually assess student execution of visuals, horn moves, and choreography. You can also just be creative and find a fun way to create an assignment with a theme, maybe like a costume contest or something like this. And to your right there is the famous Ted Scalzo on trombone. Using the video feature, Just as a disclaimer, he missed that A natural purposely, just to show off the assessment there and create a red note. Of course, he's an excellent trombonist, so just for the demo purposes. So this is a very new, exciting feature that will allow you to better assess students when they're practicing at home. We have also, over the years, we've adjusted price in many ways to help schools get access to our products. During COVID, when everything was shut down, for example, we made our platform free for that time. And so now coming up, and this is brand new, we're adding multi-year discounts. So in addition to our bulk academic discount that you get, you can sign on for multiple years and you can get a discount. So a 2-year commitment will give you an additional 15% discount, and a 3-year commitment gives you a 25% discount. And we know that enrollment numbers change year over year, so we'll uphold the agreement even when enrollment numbers change. We'll work with you to whatever you need year over year during these commitment agreements. So very excited to offer this and just allow more variety and different ways to get you access to these tools for your classroom. So what's new in practicing? So this is going to be taking a look at our practice application and different ways that students can learn. And first up, I'd like to go over updates that we've made to our assessment algorithm and our audio. So on the audio quality, one thing that makes MakeMusic Cloud very special is that we use professionally recorded MP3 accompaniments with our content catalog. So you're playing with a live recording of amazing professionals, very famous ensembles that we are familiar with. And when you are playing along with an MP3, of course, when you're practicing, you want to slow the tempo down and be really diligent so that you can get to a point where you can play that at a performance tempo. So, all of these are live performance recordings. So when you slow those down, there will always be some artifacts in an audio file when you're slowing that time down. So sometimes you can get different, like less audio quality when you're doing that. So we've actually updated our algorithm to make this extremely smooth when the tempo is slowed down. And I just want to show you an example that we have here of the new algorithm. Yeah, it's so cool to see that in action. Again, you can really slow that down. You're not hearing any pitch shifting or anything like that. It's very elegant. So really excited for that one and for students throughout the next year to practice with. In addition to the audio, we've made improvements to our assessment. So we've updated our algorithms to improve assessment accuracy, specifically for lower frequency instruments and percussive instruments. Depending on the device you're on, there will always be some limitations. Maybe some of you might be familiar with using maybe a tuner app and wanting to go down to like an E2 and get a sound output, and you might hear an error that the device just physically cannot do that. So there will always be some restrictions and limitations depending on how low frequency you go, but we wanted to update these and make this better. So what you see in this image is a test for a trombone. They're both played perfectly. And what you can see there is before, the algorithm wasn't picking up everything perfectly on that low frequency. And then after we made this adjustment, you can see that we were able to get 100% all green notes on a trombone. And this was also using a low end device Chromebook. So we're always looking at ways to make improvements on this, and this was a big one that customers were asking us for. Something new for students this year is the Music Professor Video Library. This is in partnership with Consumer. So they have this phenomenal lesson library that they have partnered with us on, and you get access to the level 1 beginner video lessons with your subscription to MakeMusic Cloud. It includes all band and string level 1. We also have an easy link that you can copy and share with students, and students can view these videos on their smartphone. And there's also a PDF companion that you can download to follow along with the lessons. And just to give you an idea of the amazing quality that these have, I have a percussion pedagogy video that I'd like to show you, and you can really see the care that they took into making these.
Now we're going to talk about the actual playing position when you're behind the drum itself. Firstly, you want to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. You don't want to be too close, and you don't want to be too wide. It needs to be very natural to where someone couldn't just come and tap you and you fall over. So be very relaxed. Both hands start at your side with your chin up and relaxed. But the most important thing is for your shoulders to be relaxed. When you put your hands up above the drum, careful that you don't also put your elbows out and your shoulders up. That's going to cause a lot of tension, and as we play for half an hour, it's going to start to hurt. Also, make sure that your palms are generally down, as if you were going to take your hand and rest it on top of a table. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. My hands are at my side. Slowly comes up. Nice and relaxed. And this will be our position for almost any percussion instrument that rests flat. On the head itself, we're going to play just off center and at a 45-degree angle between your sticks. So we don't want it too far out, and we don't want it all scrunched up. So as comfortable as possible.
I forgot to tell everybody to bring their snare drum so you could follow along on that one. But I love seeing the overhead view and giving the student a few different angles to really see the posture and the appropriate way to and placement of the sticks on the drum. And this is going to be great if you are teaching beginners. You can give them access to this video library with a subscription, and this could even be helpful for parents. There's a lot of videos in there that really show you how to put the instrument together properly, and also the care and maintenance. So, you know, it could also be very helpful for parents that have those beginners at home. All right, so let's take a look at what's coming up next. The first thing that we're going to look at is a new streamlined assignment process. Again, it's still all around that concept of improving and streamlining the teaching experience. So over the last few months, we've been looking at the assignment process and making sure that we could reduce clicks and loading time, make it very easy to read the descriptions. We also added a new feature for ungraded assignments. So you can send out an assignment and you don't necessarily have to have a grade stored in the gradebook. You can just leverage something for practice, for example. We have a new rubric creation process, and we plan on releasing this before the school year. And so for this one, I will actually share my screen, and we will go over a prototype that I wanted to share with everybody before we released it. We're pretty far in the development of this, but this is what the assignment process will look like. You still have a lot of the, it has the same features that you had with the previous assignment process. It's just that we have everything all in one place and it's easier to use. You don't have to go from section to section and load a new page. So it's going to be a huge improvement. So again, we have this section. You can still customize and preview all of your parts if if you want to adjust the tempo or only do specific measures for the assignment for specific instruments. You can still create rubrics that you want, any kind of customized rubric or anything if you want to make an ungraded assignment that I spoke to earlier. And of course, all of the practice app settings that you want for the assignment. So if you want to enable video recording, have the student practicing with a certain kind of cursor movement, or forcing the metronome to be on because we really need them to be leveraging that tool more. And you can choose your assessment scoring difficulty. And we also have additional features. You can make a sight reading assignment, or you can focus just on rhythm and make it a clapping assignment only. And so again, all of that is right there. First page, just one load, makes it really easy. And then you can hit next, and you'll be able to assign this to whichever classes you want. You can choose the due date when you want to accept late assignments, or if you want to allow late assignments, this sort of thing. And then all of your classes will be listed here with your different students. So you can choose multiple classes or only assign to some students all on one screen. Once you have all those settings together, you can hit assign, and then it will be ready. So we're really excited to roll this out. We've been getting a bunch of requests to make this a lot easier and faster to use. So I can't wait to hear what you think. And I'll pass this one back over to Jason for the other next improvement we have coming, or next big launch.
Thanks. I had to find my unmute button, and now that I found my unmute button, I can go find my snare drum, right?
Yes.
Because yes, I forgot my snare drum as well, Steph. So thanks. So we do have one more announcement here about what's next. Thanks for sticking with and listening to a lot of the improvements that our teams have been putting together over the last several quarters, and as well as what are we working on to help make your lives easier. But what I'd like to announce here today is Sight Reading Studio, which is a new product that we are going to be releasing in September. So it is only a couple months away. Sight Reading Studio will be a new low-cost standalone subscription that you can purchase on its own. Or for those of you who are current subscribers or going to be renewing, or future subscribers of MakeMusic Cloud, in general, if you are buying any subscription with MakeMusic Cloud, it will include the Sight Reading Studio product, okay? But it's also going to be offered as its own standalone subscription. As I said, it'll be coming this September. What's the power of this application? Well, you can generate unlimited sight reading exercises to your heart's content. So if you're an individual and you want to come on over and buy the subscription for your own individual practice, you can work on literally unlimited sight reading exercises. You don't need to go find books. You don't have to do any of that. You can set parameters in a way that you like to find the difficulty level that's right for you and practice sight reading every single day. If you want to work with your students and you are a teacher, you can get one of our teacher subscriptions and get your students sight reading subscriptions, and just create sight reading content on your own that you would send to your students with only this lower priced point for sight reading only. Or you'll be able to use it in your classroom if you like. If you have a rehearsal and you want all of the instruments in your band or orchestra to run through sight reading together, you'll be able to use this product as well in the classroom for ensemble sight reading practices. The price points will vary slightly, but they are as low as $4.99 per year. I went and got a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts earlier this week, and I think the extra large was like $4.30. So $4.99 a year for unlimited sight reading is a pretty good deal, and we're really happy to be able to roll this out. I'm going to show you a quick video that is they're kind of illustrative based on the public demo that we have. This only shows a single instrument, but it'll give you a look what the new nice looking interface will be, what some of the options are in the product itself. And I'm really excited to share this with you. So there you have it. There's a little bit of a glimpse of the demo of the upcoming Sight Reading Studio. As I said, there is a public demo available that you can play around with if you like. The best way to stay apprised with what is happening with this new upcoming product in September is to go to the website you see on the bottom here, makemusic.com/SR-coming-soon, and you can sign up to be put on a wait list where you'll be learning more information about this product as we get closer to launch. So very excited to share that with you. And I know that I can speak for, well, let's see if there we go. The right slide came up. I can speak for Steph as well to say that really what gets us up most mornings and going to work, and our teams getting up and going to work, is knowing that the work that they all do and the work that we do together is to help people enable others to learn musical skills, learn the musical skills themselves, and all towards the community of music making. So we really appreciate you coming out today to see what's new at MakeMusic Cloud and a little bit of what's next. And we both look forward to continuing to build new products and features for you all in the music education community.